Well, guys, did we have an awesome profit sharing week or what? I love to attend the benefit meetings and feel the energy of the presentation, and then to hear the profit sharing number announced, and finally to see that money arrive in my checking account 2 days later. It's the best. But wait, I've also heard it said that money is the root of all evil. How can that be the case when it feels so good to get that cash? Well, the truth is that expression, money is the root of all evil, is not the original expression. It's a twisting of the original teaching, which is from the Bible, which says, the love of money is the root of all evil. It reminds me of what the comedian Jackie Mason said. Money is not the most important thing. Love is. Fortunately, I love money. But if we're going to be serious, I think we can all agree that to put money as your highest aim is really a very dangerous thing. And so if money is such an important matter, perhaps it's worth taking a few minutes and looking at the different ways people handle their money. So I'd like to take you through 3 profiles: the spender, the hoarder, and the saver. First, let's look at the spender. If you were to open this person's bank statement and take a look at it, you would see their deposits, followed by all kinds of entries around town with debit card purchases. They would spend money at clothing stores and eating out, shoe stores. In fact, you'd also see a credit card payment. And unfortunately, that credit card payment would get bigger and bigger each month, to the point where this free spending that this person loves is no longer possible because they have to pay their credit card debts. And it ends up becoming such a struggle to make those payments that it can result in fear and even panic. Unfortunately, I speak from experience in this because I lived this for many years. And I actually took a job demotion to a position where I could work overtime. And I worked a lot of hours to dig myself out of the hole of debt I had created. My advice, if you feel that you're in this position and you're feeling choked by debt, is to take drastic steps to get out. But if spending is such a problem, then let's take a look at the opposite profile. This would be the hoarder. If you were to look at this person's bank statement, you would see a deposit, followed by not much else. You might see a large withdrawal of cash, as that person just really wants to keep their money. But as you look at these statements, you would wonder what this person's purpose in life is, and you almost get an empty feeling inside looking at it. When we think of the hoarder, we think of our famous character that we all know, Ebenezer Scrooge. Here's what Ebenezer said about Christmas. "What is Christmas time to you but a time to pay bills without money? A time to get an hour older, but not an hour richer." You see, to Ebenezer, he couldn't even enjoy special occasions because they weren't profiting him financially. This can't be the answer. But to be fair, as we look at these types of spenders and these types of people who handle their money, they do follow a generational course in a lot of cases. So in other words, for the spenders, our younger workers have never known hardship, and so they feel like money will always be there. Whereas the generation that went through the Great Depression, and in the 40s and 50s, where so many people around the world were displaced, when they finally do earn money, they want to hold on to it because they know what it's like to lose everything. But for us, if possible, we'd like to live without fear with regard to our finances. So let's look at the saver. This person's bank statement will show a deposit, followed by a small transfer of money out to somewhere where it won't be touched for a long time. Maybe a savings account, maybe an investment account. You see, this person lives by a principle, which says that a part of everything that they earn is theirs to keep. A part of everything that they earn is theirs to keep. Now, you may disagree, and you may stop me and say, "Steve, wait a minute. Isn't everything that they earn theirs to keep?" But no, that's not the case. Because you see, they pay money to their landlord, and they have to pay for the food that they eat. and they have to pay for the gas that they put in their car. So all these people are benefiting financially from them. But doesn't it make sense that the worker themselves should also benefit financially? And so they put a little bit aside every time they get paid. This principle has also been called pay yourself first, and it's been called by some the golden rule of personal finance. The idea is that first dollar saved is like a small seed, and that every savings payment after that is like watering that seed so that it becomes a young plant, and then it grows into a young tree, and it grows stronger and stronger until someday the worker can rest under the shadow of that tree. It truly is a future without fear financially. The only caution I would give to the saver is that process of watching that tree grow, it's very rewarding. But you don't want to become fixated on the tree, because truly none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. These ideas were put into a series of pamphlets in the early 1900s, actually written by banks and insurance companies trying to help the American public be free from debt and save money. They were then consolidated into a book by George Clason in 1926, and it's called The Richest Man in Babylon. I'd highly recommend reading it. If you're hearing these ideas today and you're saying, wow, I think I'm actually doing pretty well, then kudos to you and keep it up. And if you have kids, teach your kids to make great financial decisions. But if you're hearing these things and saying, wow, I need to make a lot of changes, I'm on the wrong track, then I just want to encourage you and say, we all make mistakes and we all have setbacks with our finances, but it's never too late to turn around and get on that road to having a future without fear. Thank you.